Hey everyone, welcome back to another Flutter Firebase tutorial. Today we are going to learn a Google login in our Flutter app with the Firebase update of 2025. This is a brand new Flutter project. First we'll start with the Firebase setup. Create a Firebase project, give any name, and here is the Flutter section. Click on here. We have used the Flutter Fire CLI to set up our Flutter project with Firebase. Just copy the first command and hit on the terminal. It will check Firebase CLI is activate or not. Activate Flutter Fire CLI. Next, again copy this command and hit on the terminal. It will automatically set up the everything that we have required during Firebase setup. Okay, next from here, just hit the enter. Wait until it will create all the files that we have required. Okay, after the some time, Firebase setup is completed on each and every platform. First we have required to add the Firebase core package. Just add the Firebase core package and we are going to initialize the Firebase in our main file. Widget flutter binding that ensure initialize and copy this two line from here and paste it before the run app and add the Firebase core package and again add the Firebase option file. It will set up Firebase that you have used on the current platform. After that, to set up on Firebase in iOS, we just need to change the iOS platform version just to make it 14. At least 13 is required. Firebase core requires the at least 13 version of iOS. Okay, after that, our Firebase setup is completed. Go to the build section. Here is the authentication section. Just get started here and we have required a Google authentication. We have also enabled the email passport authentication and the main things that is Google authentication. The instruction important to enable Google sign-in for your Android app, you must provide the SHA-1 release fingerprint. Just go to the project overview, project setting. Here is the place to add a SHA key. If you hover it for information about adding the SHA key, just click on here. It will give the command to generate the SHA key for your project. Use this command for Mac and Linux and use this key for Windows. Just copy this command from here and hit on the terminal. Just hit it. It asks the password and give the password called Android and SHA-1 is generated. Just copy this from here and just add the fingerprint. It will automatically detect it. At the same time, we have also add the SHA-256 key, add and paste it. Okay, that's it. Again, go to the authentication section, sign in method, add new provider, Google sign in. Just enable the Google sign in, give the support email for your project and just save it. And again read the instruction. Download the latest configuration file. Download and replace the configuration file in your app so that you can use Google sign in for your app. Just download this too and replace with your previous Google service. Down it from here. For iOS, open the iOS in Xcode. This is the Google service info file that we need to replace with the new. Just delete this file, move to trace and click on runner, add file to runner and select the file that you have just downloaded. We also need to replace the Google service.json file. Just copy it, go to the project section, Android app and paste it here and replace with new file. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's the process to enable the Google sign-in and Firebase setup. All is completed. First we try to run our project if everything is perfect or not, and next we'll start to code. iOS project is run without any error. Okay, first we have required the two packages for Google sign-in, which is Firebase auth and second is Google sign-in. Add this package, Firebase auth and Google sign-in. Perfect. If we visit the Google sign-in in pub.dev, we can't find anything for setup. It didn't mention anything to need to add, but with the latest update of Firebase, we need to add some file on info.plist for the iOS app. Just go to the info.plist and just add this. First we have required the client ID, second we have required the CF bundle UR type, and third is reverse client ID. From where you can get the client ID and reverse client ID, go to the Google service info.plist. Here is the client ID. Just copy from here and just paste it. For the reverse client ID, again go there and just copy this from here, paste it in the reverse client ID section. I'll provide this in the video description. You can find this all in the video description. If you didn't add this in the setup, then if you click on the Google continue with Google, then your app is crash. If you didn't face this error, then it will be awesome. If you face, then you can add. I have faced this type of error multiple times. That's why I'll add this file every time. In the lib, I'll create the one folder which is called auth. Inside the auth, I'll create again the two folder which is called screen and service. Inside the screen, we have code for the Google login screen. Inside the service, we have code for the Google auth service. We have start for the code. First create the class. Here is the code. I will explain it as and every steps. First create the class and give the any name that you have once, and next things that is you need to create the instance of Firebase auth and Google sign in. To creating instance, it is necessary to prompt the user. Firebase auth instance provide the access to the Firebase auth method like sign in, sign out and user management. After you have created these two instance, next the method, create the method to sign in using the Google. This method handle the Google sign in and link with the Firebase authentication, make it asynchronous because both the Google sign-in and Firebase auth operation involve network request. Pause the try catch. It will help to find out the error, and inside this try catch, the first steps that you have required is initiate the Google sign-in process by calling sign-in on the Google sign-in instance. Google sign-in is nullable because the user may cancel the sign-in process. Next steps is check if the user cancel the sign-in process. Return false to indicate that the sign-in was not completed. Otherwise, continue the process. To get the token, to obtain authentication token, access token and ID token from the selected Google sign-in. The access token is used to accessing the Google API and ID token verify the user ID. Next, sign in into Firebase using the Google credential. Sign in with credential, send the Google credential to Firebase which verify it and create or sign in with the Firebase user. Return true, indicate the success sign in. If the exception is catch any Firebase specific authentication error such as invalid credential or network issue, and print the error for debugging purpose, and return false to indicate the sign-in is failed. Next, this is the method to sign out. Sign out the user from Firebase and Google sign-in. This is also asynchronous because sign-in operation involve network or system level call. This process takes some time. Sign out from Firebase auth.signout, remove the Firebase user session, effectively locking the user out of Firebase, and sign out from Google sign-in. Clear the Google sign-in session, so the user will need to select an account again on the next time during sign-in. This steps is necessary to fulfill, disconnect the Google account and prevent automatic re-authentication. After this authentication process, next steps is we have designed the simple screen and call this authentication screen. Here, first you need to create the Google sign-in instance with email scope. The email scope allow the app to access the user email address during the Google sign-in. Inside the init state, override the init state to set up initialization logic when widget is created. Listen to change in the current Google user over the on-current user change stream. This is useful for update the UI if the user authentication state change. If the widget is still mounted, to avoid the calling set state on the dispose widget, and call the set state to refresh the UI when the Google user change. At this scaffold, I will give the simple background color. Inside the column, I'll just remove this size box, and in the column I'll make main axis alignment dot center, and inside the gesture detector I have defined the action to perform when the user tap the button. Call the sign in with Google method for Firebase service to initiate Google sign in. This method from the previous code handle Google sign in and Firebase authentication. If result is success, then navigate to the next screen. Otherwise, we can send the snack bar scaffold messenger dot of context dot show snack bar. If result is success, then we will navigate to the next screen. Otherwise, we have show the snack bar Google sign in, fail or cancel. Okay, I'll create the home screen and give the name called home screen. In the home screen, we have display the image of the current login user, name and its email ID. Okay, that's it. In the main screen, we have called the Google login screen. Name called Google login screen. Just Google login screen. Just save it, and in the Google login screen, we have passed the logo. Copy image address and just paste it here. Okay, good. I'll make background color to blue. Everything will be perfect. In the main dot debug show check modal banner false, and I'll terminate the app and run it again and I'll check everything is perfect or not. I have add package and add something on info.plist. That's why we need to terminate the app and relaunch the app. You can see we have faced this error. Why? I'll forget to close the one tag inside the info.plist. I'll forget to close this array tags. That's why we have faced this error. Didn't worry, I'll provide this all in the video description, and I'll run the app. App is run successfully. Let's check it will work or not. If you click on the continue with Google, it asks the permission. If you want to continue, let's continue from here. If you cancel the login process, it will show the Google sign in cancel or fail. If you continue, okay, it will continue from here and Google sign in process is completed. And I'll forget to navigate to the home screen. That's why it will not navigate to the home screen. Let's navigate to the home screen. If login is success, continue with Google, continue, select the account, continue from here, and it will navigate to the home screen. Okay, it will display the image of this email, name and the email address. We have successfully achieved the Google sign-in feature in our iOS app. Let's try the same process in the Android. I'll terminate the iOS simulator and open the Android emulator. Here you can see we have faced the two error. The first it will suggest to upgrade our Android NDK version. Firebase Auth and Firebase Core require at least 27.0.1 to Android NDK version. Just go to the Android app level build.gradle. Just update the NDK version here. And next, that is we need to again update at least 23 for mean SDK version. Mean SDK version, make it. I'll show you each and every error that I have faced during Google login. After these two error, I'm sure that this time our app is run successfully. You can see we have successfully run our project on the Android. Let's see it will work or not. Continue with Google. You can see I have used the same account. That's why when I click on continue with Google, it will directly navigate to the success screen. If you use the different account, then it will again ask the some permission. I have used the same account. That's why it didn't ask me any permission. Okay, by this way, we can successfully achieve the Google sign in both the Android and iOS. Okay, bye bye. We'll meet you on the next video.